doubleheader weekend for the 16U AA Mustangs. This is the second game of the two-game series for our season opener and home opener. It's the 16U AA Mustangs in their black jerseys against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in their orange jerseys. We're coming to you from Galactic. Thank you everybody that tuned in earlier today. And thank you for everybody putting up with me, trying to learn names, learn how everybody has grown and changed over the summer, learning on new players. I'm trying to remember how to do this whole live stream thing. So this afternoon we came in with a 2-2 tie against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. This will be the second game of the series. And then next weekend we'll be coming to you from Philly from a tournament weekend. I believe it's like the Mid-Atlantic Summer Showcase or something like that coming to you from Philly. So that'll be next weekend. Our first game I believe is at 10 a.m. or 10:05 Friday morning. So we're jumping right into the season. 2 games today and then a tournament next weekend. So we've got about 45 seconds left in warm-ups. I do apologize, the black jerseys are a little bit harder for me to pick out numbers for whatever reason. And hopefully I don't mess up too many people. So thank you for everybody joining us both on my Facebook page, but also at Brick Wall Broadcast on YouTube. If you can't watch the live streams, they'll be up there to watch later on as well. And it looks like we have a good amount of fans in the stands again for this evening's game. We had a bunch of people here for this afternoon's game. Thank you everybody who came out and joined us. We love all the support for our Mustangs. So again, this is the second game of the 2-game series against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms for the 16U AA Mustangs. Coming to you from Galactic for our home opener doubleheader to start the season. I'm going to mute you here for a minute just so they get started. So the Mustangs break the huddle. Cole will be going to our net on the right. We have Zuro and Stoddard out on D. And then it looks like Wenger, Eastman, and Eichfeld out for offense to start the game. So both teams pumped up, ready to go. Langer's taking the face off. Goes back to Zuro, who sends it to Stoddard. Stoddard up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld dumps it down. Phantoms have it behind the net. Eichfeld picks up the puck, sends it behind the net. Wenger gets it, centers it to I think that was Giesman. Tries to get a shot off, couldn't quite get it. Phantoms send it up along the far boards. Starrett will go back to collect. Starrett sends it around to Giesman along the near boards. Giesman gets it into the neutral zone, and we dump it down, and that'll be icing. So again, for those 14U parents coming up to 16U and family members, there is delayed offsides in 16U, and there is also no icing on a penalty kill. So a little bit different rules from last year. If your loved one's coming up from 14U. So face off, goes over wide of the net. Zenoble sends it around to Brooks. Brooks still fighting for the puck, gets it to Downey. Downey fighting for the puck behind the net. Knob picks this up, sends it up to Zenoble. Zenoble stretching to wait with a great catch on that pass shot. Saved by the goalie. Good pass, good attempt there. Ooh, got it. Zenoble trying to get to that puck. Knob picks this up towards the blue line. Shot in, glove down. The Phantoms get it out into the neutral zone. Brooks will collect this, sends it hard up the board, tipped in, but that'll be icing. So I thought that Rate tipped that in, but it looks like he didn't quite get a piece of it, so that'll be icing. So 13:45 left in the first period, score still 0-0. We'll face up to the right at Cole. We'll have Sakrisky, Hoffman, Billadou, Crum, and Davis. So face-off goes to Phantoms at the point, collected by Sakrisky up to Billadou. Billadou still fighting for that puck. Hoffman tries to get it, gets into the neutral zone. Good job by Crum to break up that play. Davis picks it up, gets it over to Kaufman. Kaufman through the neutral zone, dumps it down after he gains the red line. Billadou in the far corner. Kaufman comes in assistance. Sakrisky keeps it in, gets it down to Kaufman. Goes up to the point, leaks out. Davis will have to recollect, wait for the Mustangs to get back on sides before he dumps it down. The Phantoms pick it up off of the near boards. Cross ice pass through neutral zone, broken up by Davis. Davis redirecting, sends it over to Crum. Crum cross ice pass, but that'll be icing. So 12:51 left in the first period. Score still 0-0. We have Eichfeld, Wilson, Lugar, Downey, and Stoddard. So Downey with the face-off goes back to Cole. Cole covers it. So good job by Cole for being ready off that face-off. So Downey will take the face-off. Goes back to the Phantoms. Phantoms try to get it over, but we do get it out. And it is played by the goalie, so no icing. Lugar comes in. Hard puck off of the far boards by the Phantoms. Phantoms send it through the neutral zone. Phantoms have some speed. Broken up by 0-0 with a shot, or the Phantoms with a shot wide over the net. Lugar picks this up, brings it into the neutral zone. Lugar dumps it down wide of the net. Downey in pursuit along with Wilson. The Phantoms get it up towards the blue line, kept in by, I believe that was Stoddard, and in by Wilson! So great job by the Mustangs there. That was Stoddard with the shot down and the goal by Wilson. So good job there. That'll put the Mustangs first up on the board. Good job moving that puck. So blue line shot from Stoddard, goal from Wilson. So we're going to have Wenger, Giesman, Eichfeld, Brooks, and Knob. So Wenger sends that puck into our offensive zone. Broken up. Eichfeld comes away with it, sends it back to Knob. Knob dumps it down towards the middle, broken up by the Phantoms. Wenger tries to get a shot off, broken up by the Phantoms. No, oh, yep, it'll be icing. So 11:48 left in the first period. The Mustangs are ahead 1-0. We're going to have Wenger, Giesman, Eichfeld, Brooks, and Knob. So the Phantoms come away with the faceoff, send it behind their net. Wenger in pursuit. Broken up momentarily by Giesman. The Phantoms have a little bit of speed, 2-on-1. Phantoms come in. Good save by Cole. Phantoms can't get that rebound. Knob over to collect this puck. Phantoms change directions. Wenger and Knob fighting to get to that puck. The Phantoms send it up to the point. Shot from the point, gloved up by Cole. Over to Wenger. Wenger to Knob in the middle. Knob dumps it down. And that'll be icing. So we're going to have Crum and Davis on defense, Zanoble, Waite, and Downey on offense. Face off to Cole's right. 11:05 left in the first period. Mustangs are ahead 1-0. Downey with the face-off. Picks up by Davis. Davis over towards Waite. The Phantoms pick that off, unfortunately. Phantoms send it behind the net. Zanoble along the far board sends it up towards Waite. The Phantoms do keep that in at the blue line. Dump it down towards the middle. Phantoms regroup at the top of the circle. Cross ice, but nobody's there, thankfully. Waite will pick up this puck. Waite bounces it off the far boards. Goes back towards Davis. Davis to Crum. Crum up to Downey. Downey tries to get it in, but it bounces weird off of the ice. Phantoms pass it back to their D. Waite in pursuit of the puck. Waite along the near boards. Sends it back to Crum. Crum with a shot saved by the goalie. Over to Davis. Davis with a shot, but it bounces off of the netting. So 10:18 left in the first period. We'll face off to the left of the goalie. Zakrisky, Hoffman, Bilodeau, Stoddard, and Zero. So Zakrisky with a face-off, shot by Bilodeau, bounces up towards Zero. Zero dumps it down. Bilodeau in pursuit. The Phantoms bring it into the neutral zone. Phantoms have some speed. Cross ice pass broken up by Zero. Zero. He changed gloves on me. Kaufman picks us up behind, sends it over to Bilodeau. Bilodeau dumps it into the neutral zone. The Phantoms pick this up past it D to D. Zakrisky comes in to try to keep it in. Phantoms cross ice pass. Caught by Stoddard, who sends it in. We're delayed offside, so Mustangs have to get back. Phantoms pass it into the neutral zone. Stoddard trying to break up that play. The Phantoms bring it around. Shot broken up by Zakrisky. Zakrisky sends it cross ice to Bilodeau. Bilodeau brings it in, dumps it just wide of the net. The Mustangs are going to change. Downey comes in. The puck leaks up. Knob sends it back down again. The goalie leaves it for his player. Bounces off of the far board. Stoddard keeps it in. Centering pass by Stoddard. Wilson tries to get that puck in. Broken up by the Phantoms. Lugar at the blue line. Gets it back towards Downey. Knob keeps it in at the blue line. Dumps it down. Glove down by the Phantoms. Wilson from the point shot. High shot. Glove saved by the goalie. So I believe Zero changed gloves between the first and the second game. Looks like he now has black gloves instead of white gloves, making it harder for me to pick people out. But we'll get it figured out. So we have Wenger, Eichfeld, Giesman, Brooks, and Knob. Brooks from the point, shot wide of the net. Eichfeld comes in to try to get that and covered by the goalie. So we'll face off to the left of goalie. 8:35 left in the first period. Mustangs are ahead 1-0. Face-off goes back to Brooks. Brooks with a shot, bounces off of some players. Puck leaks into the neutral zone. The Phantoms have it. Phantoms with a little bit of breakaway. Stutter step. Phantoms trying to regroup. Good pressure by the Mustangs. And there's going to be an interference call, I believe, against the Phantoms. Yep, so the Phantoms are going to go to the box for 2 minutes for interference. So the Mustangs will be on a power play for 2 minutes. We have 8:21 left in the first period. The score is 1-0 in favor of the Mustangs. We'll have Downey, Waite, Stoddard, Zero, and Kaufman on our power play line. Downey with the face-off. Goes behind the net. Phantoms dump it down. Again, they're on the penalty kill, so there's no icing. Cole leaves it for Stoddard. Stoddard picks this up, leaves it for Waite. Waite with some speed coming out, passes over Stoddard. Stoddard to Zero. Zero brings it in. Zero dumps it down to the corner. Still fighting for the puck in that corner. Stoddard along with Zero, or Downey, sorry. Centering pass broken up by the Phantoms. Phantoms bounce it off. Stoddard over to Zero, to Kaufman. Waite will pick this up in the neutral zone, drops it for Stoddard. Over to Downey. Downey to Waite. Waite brings it in. Waite with a shot wide over the net. Zero will pick this up. Zero dumps it for Downey. Downey to Stoddard. Stoddard over to Waite. Waite, tries to get a shot off. Unfortunately, couldn't Bauer with it, or Kaufman with a backhanded shot, saved by the goalie. So good puck movement there by the Mustangs. We have 51 seconds left on our power play. 7:12 left in the first period. The Mustangs are still ahead 1-0. We're going to have Wanger, Zanoble, Sakriski, Crum, and Davis. So the puck goes back to Crum. Crum over to Davis. Davis at the point, shot. Wanger tried to tip it in, but went wide. Crum down to Sakriski. Sakriski back to Crum. Crum with a shot saved by the goalie. Sakriski in the near corner. Takes it behind the net over to, I believe that's Davis. Davis to the middle. Wanger and Sakriski. Sakriski surveying, sends it back to Davis at the point. Davis with a shot, tipped by Wanger, but saved by the goalie. So 20 seconds left on our power play. 6:41 left in the first period. The Mustangs are ahead 1-0. So Sakriski will take the face-off with Wanger and Zanoble, Crum and Davis. The Phantoms hit it hard, but good job by Davis keeping that in at the blue line. Crum with a shot, saved by the goalie. Sorry, I didn't realize I was too close to the railing there for you guys. Crum tries to get a shot off. Wanger tries to get a deflect, but his stick got lifted. Zanoble in the corner. I believe that hit the netting. So stoppage for play for hitting the netting. The Phantoms are back to full strength, so it's 5-on-5 hockey again. 6:16 left in the first period. Mustangs are ahead 1-0. We have Eichfeld, Giesman, Brooks, Knob, and Bilodeau. So Eichfeld gets kicked out, so Giesman will take the face off. The Phantoms come away with it. Phantoms cross-ice pack broken up momentarily by Eichfeld. Eichfeld coming to try to get to that puck. The Phantoms up there. Knob kicks it with his skate. Bilodeau trying to break up that play. Giesman gets it up towards the Phantoms player. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone. The Phantoms bring it in behind the net. Centering pass broken up by Eichfeld. Fortunately, it deflected. Good save by Cole. So 5:51 left in the first period. We'll have a face-off to the left of Cole. So Eichfeld will take the face-off. Knob, Brooks, Giesman, and Bilodeau. So Giesman sends that up. Phantoms keep it up at the point, blocked by Eichfeld and Knob. Knob gives it up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld dumps it up towards Billadu and Giesman. Giesman skating hard, but unfortunately that'll be icing. So we'll bring it back down to the right of Cole. Brooks and Knob will stay out there. Wenger, Lugar. Nope, they're changing defense too. So Lugar, Wilson, and Wenger. Zero and Stoddard out for the Mustangs. So Wenger with the face-off goes up to the point. Shot by the Phantoms, saved by Cole, and up into the netting. So we'll repeat that face-off. So Wenger with the face-off goes to the far boards. Wenger will pick this up. Wenger with some speed through the neutral zone. Wenger dumps it down. Wilson will go to collect, centers it towards Lugar, and covered by the goalie. So 5:18 left in the first period. We'll face off to the left of the goalie. Wenger, Lugar, Wilson, Stoddard, and Zero. The Phantoms get it out into the neutral zone. Zero will collect, changes directions, dumps it down. Wilson will go to try to collect it. Goalie gets it behind the net. Phantoms get it out into the neutral zone. Stoddard picks this up. Stoddard with a dump over the net. Phantoms hard pass. Good job by Zero keeping that in. D-to-D pass by the Phantoms. Cross ice pass into the neutral zone. Another cross ice pass. Phantoms bring it in. Good job by Zero to break up that play. Zero and Wait fighting to get to that puck. Centering pass broken up by Zanoble. Zanoble will pick up this puck. Cross ice pass over to Stoddard. Stoddard unfortunately got a stick under his skate. Still skating to get to that. Wait. It was a high stick, so he can't touch it. So Wait had a high stick. He knew not to touch it, but unfortunately the Phantoms didn't touch it either. So off the high sticking, we'll have a face-off to the right of Cole. Downey, Zanoble, from Davis and Wait. So Davis sends that up towards Downey. Downey over to Wait. Wait has a breakaway. Wait. Oh, unfortunately, that Phantoms player back check. Good follow-up shot by Zanoble. That Phantoms player took some extra pushes after the play, so they're going to be going to the box. So the Phantoms player will be going to the box for 2 minutes for roughing. We're going to be on the power play for 2 minutes. 4:07 left in the first period. The Mustangs are ahead 1-0. We have Wenger, Zanoble, Sakrisky, Crum, and Davis. Wenger with the face-off. Phantoms send it hard behind the net, but it bounces off of the netting. So we'll repeat that face-off. Zanoble comes away with it, tries to get a shot off, and covered by the goalie. So Wenger with the face-off again. Goes back to Crum. Crum along the near board, serving. Crum towards, unfortunately went right off of, I think that was Wenger. Crum with a shot off of the skate of the Phantoms. Zanoble comes in and gets a goal. So we had a pass from up front, and Zenoble comes in to get the rebound with a goal. So that'll put the Mustangs up 2-0. Good job dumping that pass in and picking up the rebound. Goal by Zenoble. So 3:44 left in the first period. The Mustangs are ahead 2-0. So that'll get that Phantoms player out of the box, and we'll be back to full strength. Downey, Zenoble, Waite, Crum, and Davis. So it goes up to Waite. Waite brings it into the offensive zone, passes it over to Downey. Downey with the shots wide of the goal. Zenoble trying to get to that puck. The Phantoms break it away. Davis in a foot pursuit. Phantoms come up with it. Good job by Davis. Awesome defense to break up that play by Davis. Downey gets it up towards Waite, but the Phantoms keep it in momentarily before Davis gets it to Crum. Crum into the offensive zone. Crum back to Davis. Davis with a shot deflected off of Waite. The puck goes up to Crum. Crum dumps it back down towards Zenoble. Oh, unfortunately, the defense was in a change. The Phantoms come away with it. Cole comes out to play that puck. Good job by Cole. Gets that puck up and out. Waite. Oh, that's a hard hit. They both go down. We dump it down behind the net. Shot from the point. Saved by the goalie. Zero comes in, dumps it back towards Wenger. The Phantoms come up with it in the neutral zone, dump it down hard, and it bounces off of the rafters. So we knew after the first game that this was probably going to be a pretty physical game, and it is definitely turning out to be a physical game. So 2:34 left in the first period. The Mustangs are ahead 2-0. Wenger, Giesman, Eichfeld, Sauter, and Zero. So Wenger with the face-off. Eichfeld will come to try to get to this puck. The Phantoms come away with it, dump it down. Cole sheds it to his right. Sauter sends it up hard along the boards out into the neutral zone. D-to-D pass by the Phantoms. Phantoms bring it into their offensive zone. Good job by Wenger on back-checking. Shot saved by Cole. The puck leaks out to the far boards. Good block there by, I think that was Zero. Zero's still sticking with that puck. Puck leaks in. Cole will play it to Stoddard. Start with a high bouncing puck out into the neutral zone. Giesman trying to get to it. Wenger does get to it. Unfortunately, Giesman wasn't back on sides yet. So we're going to have an offsides. 1:48 left in the first period. Mustangs are ahead 2-0. Sakrisky, Hoffman, Bilodeau, Brooks, and Knob. Knob with his puck dumps it around behind the net. Hoffman collects it, changes directions behind the net, goes up towards Knob. The Phantoms do get it out. Unfortunately, they're on a 3-on-1 right now. So the Phantoms have a 3-on-1 advantage. Pass. Good job by Cole. Awesome save on that breakaway by Cole. We got Sakrisky with the breakaway now. Sakrisky comes in, shot, and in! So good job by Sakrisky on that goal. So we had a good breakaway save by Cole on our end. We get the puck up to Sakrisky. Sakrisky with the breakaway and goal. Great puck movement by the Mustangs. Mustangs are now ahead 3-0. 1:20 left in the first period. So we're going to have Sakrisky, Kaufman, Wilson, Bilodeau, Davis, and Crum. So the Phantoms dump it down. Crum comes up with it, passes it around towards Bilodeau up at the point. Bilodeau tries to get it towards the middle. Phantoms collect and regroup, broken up momentarily by Sakrisky. Bilodeau putting some pressure. Davis with a good poke check to break up that play. Good job by Davis to break up that play again. The Phantoms bring it in. Kaufman tries to break it up. So the puck leaks behind the net. Crum will pick this up. Crum to Sakrisky. Sakrisky up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau cross-ice pass to Kaufman. Good job there. Unfortunately broken up by the Phantoms. Sakrisky comes in with Kaufman to try to get to that puck. It does leak down. Crum picks it up. Cross-ice pass over towards Bilodeau. Bilodeau dumps it in before he gets hit. D-to-D pass by the Phantoms. Phantoms up into the neutral zone. Redirection pass. The Phantoms bring into their offensive zone. Nice save by Cole. Leaves it for Davis. Davis around the boards. Shot by the Phantoms, blocked by Sakrisky. Downey dumps that off of the boards, and that'll be the end of the first period. So at the end of the first period, the score is 3-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Per the scoreboard, the Mustangs have 15 shots on goal, and the Phantoms have 7 shots on goal. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, this is the second game of the 16 UAA Mid-State Mustangs against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. We came away with a 2-2 tie this afternoon, so we knew that this was going to be a fast-paced, heated, physical game. Hopefully, we're bringing you some fun and exciting hockey this Saturday evening to get the season started. We'll be back in action again next weekend at the tournament in Philly, starting Friday morning. And I'm going to mute you here just for the rest of intermission. Okay, getting ready to start the second period. 15 minutes up on the clock. The Mustangs are ahead 3-0. We have Downey, Zanoble, Wade, Zero, and Stoddart. Downey comes up with the puck, brings it in. Downey wraps around, looks, deflected behind the net. The Phantoms pick this up. Zanoble tries to break up that play, hit by the Phantoms. Stoddart will pick it up, sends it around the boards. The Phantoms get the puck. Zanoble with a check to break up that play. Stoddart changes directions. Unfortunately, he goes down. Wait, high bouncing puck into the neutral zone. The Phantoms try to regroup. Good job by Downey putting pressure along that puck. The puck leaks into the neutral zone. Zuro and Stoddart back on D. Shot saved by Cole and covered. So 14-16 left in the second period. So we'll face off to the right of Cole. We'll have Brooks and Knob on D. Giesman, Eichfeld, and Wenger on offense. So Eichfeld with the faceoff goes back to the point. The Phantoms D-to-D pass along the point, wide of the net shot. We do get it out into the neutral zone. The Phantoms have to redirect. They have to get back on sides. Knob will pick this up. High bouncing puck, but it's gloved down by the Phantoms. We do get it out into the neutral zone. Brooks sends it up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld gets it around the one player. Eichfeld bringing it through the neutral zone, dumps it down towards the middle. The goalie will have to shed it to his right. Giesman picks up this puck, gets it to Brooks at the point. Brooks with a shot deflected high up off the boards. Wenger picks up the puck, sends it back to Knob. Knob fighting for that puck, leaks out into the neutral zone. Brooks waiting. Unfortunately, we weren't on sides yet. So again, this is 16U, so it's delayed offsides, but some of the 14-year players are still learning about delayed offsides. First games of the season, we'll definitely get there. And also the other difference is there's no icing on penalty kills either. So 13:27 left in the second period. We have Eichfeld, Wanger, and Giesman, along with Crum and Davis. Puck leaks behind the net. Phantoms change directions behind the net. Cross ice pass into the neutral zone. Good job by Davis to break up that play momentarily. Shot, stick save by Cole. Wanger trying to get to that puck. Crum gets it over to the far boards. Phantoms pass it up to the point. Shot wide of the net. Phantoms with another shot blocked by Davis. Davis and Wanger trying to get to this puck. Wanger up towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld into the neutral zone. He has some speed, dumps it towards the middle. The Mustangs are going to go on a change. Phantoms bring it in. Good job by defense to break up that play. Centering pass taken by Sakrisky. Sakrisky cross ice pass over to Kaufman in the neutral zone. Kaufman dumps it down after he gains the red line. Mustangs will go on another change. Kaufman putting some pressure. Good job breaking up that play. Sakrisky in support. Sakrisky comes up with the puck. There's going to be a delayed penalty. Stoddard with the puck over to Sakrisky. Shot. Oh, so Cole made it all the way to the bench when they called or blew the whistle. So good job by Cole hustling over to the bench for that delayed penalty. So the Mustangs are going to go on a power play. We have 12:11 left in the second period. The Mustangs are still ahead 3-0. So ref is talking to the Phantoms bench. So we've got a cross-checking and a 10-minute misconduct. So we're going to send another player to the box. So the misconduct means that they're going to be in the box for 10 minutes, and then someone else is going to serve the penalty for 2 minutes. So we'll be 5-on-4. Cole sends it up to Kaufman. Waite comes away with it. Waite waiting to set up. Waite sends it down to Kaufman. Kaufman tries to get it back up to Stoddard, but it's poke checked by the Phantoms. Stoddard will go back to collect. Stoddard changes directions, regrouping. Stoddard changes over to Downey. Downey through the neutral zone. Downey dumps it back for Waite. Waite over to Stoddard. Stoddard with a shot deflected by Kaufman, saved by the goalie. Kaufman centers it. Nice shot. Oh, good job by Kaufman to get that to Waite in the center. Good shot by Waite, but good save by that goalie. So no icing because they're on a penalty kill. They'll pick it up behind the net. Stoddard gets it to Downey. Downey through the neutral zone. Broken up by the Phantoms. The Phantoms dump it hard out. Again, no icing, so Cole will come out to play this. Cole leaves it for Zero. Zero serving, waiting to get set up. Sakrisky comes around to pick up the puck. Sakrisky with some speed through the neutral zone. Sakrisky brings it in and around. Sakrisky with a shot saved by the goalie. The Phantoms pick it up behind the net. Hard shot up there. Zero keeps it in at the blue line. Zero gets it to Sakrisky. Sakrisky back towards Downey. Downey back to Sakrisky. Sakrisky up to Zero. Zero with a shot saved by the goalie. So good puck movement on our power play. We still have 16 seconds left on that power play. 10:27 left in the second period. The Mustangs are ahead 3-0. So we're going to have Wanger, Sakrisky, Zanoble, Davis, and Crum on a face-off to the left of the goalie. So Wanger dumps it behind for Sakrisky. Sakrisky up to Crum at the blue line. Crum back to Sakrisky. Sakrisky over to Zenoble. Zenoble with the puck centers it and saved by the goalie. So that was a good off angle shot. Good save by the goalie. So the Mustangs are definitely dominating the offense. This game, we have 20 shots on goal compared to 8 for the Phantoms. So Eichfeld, Lugar, Wilson, Davis, and Crum. The puck leaks back. The Phantoms glove it down. Davis will pick this up, sends it over, but it's broken up by the Phantoms. Davis still fighting to get to that puck, gets it out into the neutral zone. The Phantoms regroup. The Phantoms are back to full strength. Davis will pick this up. Davis dumps it down towards Wilson. Phantoms try to get it out, but Eichfeld breaks this up. Eichfeld brings it in, dumps it behind the net. Centering pass by the Phantoms. The Phantoms dump it down. From hard pass up to Lugar. Lugar with a breakaway. Lugar with a shot, saved by the goalie. Eichfeld tries to get a rebound in, but just misses stick. Phantoms bring into their offensive zone. Crum tries to break up the play. Phantoms dump it behind the net. Lugar there to pick up the puck, dumps it down behind the net. Crum will pick this up, sends it over towards Brooks. Brooks back to Crum. Crum hard pass off the glass up to Eichfeld in the neutral zone. Eichfeld getting around that player, brings it in momentarily before the Phantoms break that up. Cross ice pass by the Phantoms into the neutral zone. Brooks tries to break up that play. Knob gets to that puck. Knob still fighting for the puck. Knob sends it behind the net and up along the boards. Phantoms bring into the neutral zone. They'll dump it down, delayed offsides. Knob will pick this up. Knob over to Brooks. Brooks cross ice pass over to Kaufman. And that'll be icing. So we have 8:25 left in the second period. The Mustangs are ahead 3-0. We'll face off to the right of Cole. We'll have Downey, Zenoble, Waite, Zuro, and Stoddard. So Downey with the face-off. Zenoble passes it to Zuro. Zuro up towards Waite. Waite in a foot pursuit. Waite breaks it up momentarily to keep it in. Downey collects it. Sends it over Waite. Waite with a nice shot. And in! Oh no, they're falling off the goal for high sticking. So good pass. Waite was there to get the rebound, but unfortunately it was high sticking, so no goal. So trying to figure out where they're going to bring this up. So it looks like we're going to bring it down to our end. So again, high sticking, so no goal. 7:46 left in the second period. The Mustangs are ahead 3-0. Waite, Downey, Zenoble, Stoddard, and Zuro on a face-off to the left of Cole. The Phantoms get it towards the red dot shot behind the net. Phantoms change directions behind the red line, broken up by Stoddard. Downey in pursue this puck. Zenoble sends it up along the boards. Broken up by Downey momentarily. Zenoble fighting to get the puck. Cross ice pass to get it out. No icing. So the goalie will come out to sort of play it. Cross ice pass by the Phantoms. Zuro picks this up, dumps it down. The Mustangs have to get back on sides. Cross ice pass by the Phantoms. Stoddard breaks up that play momentarily. Zenoble will pick this up. Zenoble over towards Zuro. Waite and Zuro fighting for this puck along the boards. Waite gets it towards Downey in the middle. Downey dumps it off of the far boards. Downey in a foot pursuit. D-to-D pass by the Phantoms. Zuro will pick this up, sends it up to Zenoble. Zenova over to Wenger, coming in off the bench. Wenger with a shot, saved by the goalie. So 6:46 left in the second period. So Eichfeld, Giesman, Wenger, Davis, and Crum on a face-off to the left of the goalie. So Wenger with the face-off. Wenger with a shot saved by the goalie, leaks out to Crum. Crum with a shot deflected behind the net. Phantoms change directions behind the net. Out into the neutral zone. Crum will pick this up. Crum over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a shot saved by the goalie. Wenger with the rebound. Oh, I don't know how that goalie stopped that one. Good shot and rebound there, but saved by the goalie, and that'll be icing. So we'll have Lugar, Wilson, Downey, Knob, and Brooks on the face-off to the right of the goalie. So Lugar sends it back to Brooks at the point. Brooks down towards Lugar. Lugar gloves it down, dumps it for Brooks. The Phantoms pick that off. Lugar putting some pressure on that puck. Brooks putting pressure on that puck. Lugar with a check to break up that play. Wilson comes in, trying to get to that puck. The Phantoms keep it in at the point. D-to-D pass. Shot blocked by Lugar. Brooks trying to break up that play. The Phantoms have it. Centering, pass up to the top of the circle. Slap shot. Good block by Lugar. That had to hurt. Lugar putting more pressure along that puck. Brooks serving, gets it up to Lugar. Lugar regrouping, brings it back over to Knob. Knob into the neutral zone. Knob dumps it down after he gains the red line. The Phantoms there. Good job by Downey to pick off that puck behind the net and out into the banners. So that's the third time pucks have flown out and hit the banners today. We'll have a face-off to the left of the goalie. We have 5:11 left in the second period. The Mustangs are still ahead 3-0. So Krisky with the face-off. Billadu, Hoffman, Zero, and Stoddard out. Billadu centers it. Hoffman and in! So Billadu centered that pass. Hoffman with a shot and in. So that'll put the Mustangs up 4-0. Great job by the Mustangs. So 5:04 left in the second period. So we'll keep that line out there. So we're going to have a timeout by the Phantoms. So I'm going to put you on mute while we have a timeout, and we'll see if Chad has an icon for timeout again. I know he did at one point, but I don't remember if you have an icon for timeout or not. Okay, we're back from the timeout. So we have 5:04 left in the second period. The Mustangs are ahead 4-0. Downey, Noble, Waite, Zero, and Stoddard. So Downey with the face-off comes away with it over towards Zero. Zero dumps it down. The Phantoms take it behind the net. Change directions. Center it. Stoddard is there. Dumps it down. It's delayed offside, so the Mustangs will get back. Oh, got to get back again. Everybody's got to be off or back on sides before we're good. So Downey comes up with it. Downey with the shot, saved by the goalie. Rebound and in! So Downey with the initial shot. Waite comes in with the rebound and goal. So goal by Waite. That puts the Mustangs up 5-0. So good job by the Mustangs coming out after that Phantoms timeout. Coming out strong. So it looks like the Phantoms are going to change their goalie. So goalie change for the Phantoms. We have 4:38 left in the second period. Mustangs are ahead 5-0. Zero dumps that puck off of the glass. Eichfeld putting pressure along that puck. Phantoms pick it up behind the net. Phantoms cross ice into the neutral zone. Eichfeld breaks up that puck, but the Phantoms pick it back up again. Wenger putting pressure along that puck. Centering pass broken up by Zero. Shot deflected. Wenger comes up with that puck, dumps it down to Eichfeld. Wenger will go behind the net. Wenger over towards Giesman. The Phantoms hit it up, leaks out into the neutral zone. Stoddard will go back to collect. Stoddard up to Zero. The Phantoms dump it down behind the net. Cole will play it behind the net. Cole leaves it for, I believe that's Zero. Zero up to Eichfeld. Eichfeld dumps it down. Phantoms hit it off the near boards. Poke check towards the middle. Cole will shed it to his right. Zero picks this up. Zero dumps it into the neutral zone. Phantoms get back on sides and dump it down. Stoddard trying to get to this puck. Still fighting to get to this puck. The puck behind the net. Phantoms try to wrap it around. Good job of the Mustangs to keep that from happening. Phantoms at the top of the circle. Shot. Nice glove save by Cole. So good job by Cole there with the glove save. So 3:01 left in the second period. The Mustangs are ahead 5-0. Gonna have Brooks and Knob back on D. Lugar, Downey, and Wilson on offense. Face off to the right of Cole. Puck goes behind the net. Picked up by Knob. Knob sends it up towards Lugar. Knob still fighting to get this puck out of the zone. Knob does get it up towards Downey. Downey to Wilson. Wilson over to Downey. Downey circling. Centers, but broken up by the Phantoms. Knob along the far boards. Dumps it down to Downey. Unfortunately, the puck leaks out into the neutral zone. The Mustangs get back on sides before the Phantoms pick it up. Wilson back checking there. Brooks picks it up, sends it up towards Downey. The Phantoms pick this up momentarily before Downey comes away with it. Nice shot by Downey, saved by the goalie, and out of play. So good continued push by the Mustangs. 2:15 left in the second period. We'll face up to the right of the goalie. Saprisky, Hoffman, Billadu, Crum, and Davis. So Saprisky with the face-off goes to Hoffman. Hoffman back to Crum. Crum with a shot and saved by the goalie. So Sakrisky with the face-off. The Phantoms high out. Good job by Crum to keep that in. Good jump. The Phantoms pick this up behind the net. Good job by Sakrisky to come in. Oh, unfortunately, that'll be a penalty. And the Phantoms come back. So it looks like they're both going to go. So unfortunately, Sakrisky's first check penalty, and then the Phantoms come after him after the fact. So these should be offsetting penalties, I believe. So the refs are talking. So Sakrisky's in the box, the Phantoms player's in the box. I believe it'll be offsetting penalties, so I believe it'll still be 5-on-5, but the refs are still talking about it. So sorry, I'm just trying to listen. So the refs are talking to our bench. I'm just trying to listen to see what's going on. So still just trying to figure out the penalties. Refs are talking to the benches to explain everything. We have 1:57 left in the second period. So I believe so. Lugar's going in the box for us too. So I don't know if Sakrisky got a 10-2 or if there were two minors. I'm not 100% sure. No penalties are up on the board, so I'm assuming it might be a 10-2 with offsetting penalties. And it looks like we are playing 5-on-5. So 5-on-5 hockey, offsetting penalties, but I think Sakrisky will be in there for longer. So Zanoble trying to get to that puck, leaks up to Wait serving, cross ice pass up towards Downey. The Phantoms pick it up back in their defensive zone. We have to get back on sides. Good job by Zanoble to dump it back into the neutral zone so we can get back on sides. Downey dumps it in. Phantoms pass it to the far corner and into the neutral zone. Zero will pick, Stoddard will pick that up. Downey cross ice pass over towards Wait in the corner, tries to get it towards the middle, broken up by the Phantoms. Zanoble, backhanded pass goes behind the net. Stoddard along the near boards, dumps it back down. The puck wraps around the far boards. Zero putting pressure along that puck. The puck leaks to the near boards. The Phantoms bring it into the neutral zone. Good job by Zanoble to break up that play, gets onto Downey's stick. Downey around that player. Downey over to Zanoble. Zanoble dumps it in over to Giesman, who's open. Oh, that was beautiful. So he kind of toe dragged it, lifted it, but just over the net. Good try by Giesman. Stoddard with a shot blocked by the Phantoms. Zero and Zanoble trying to get that shot off. Giesman with the puck shot wide of the net. Stoddard with a shot blocked by the Phantoms. Stoddard tries to get another shot off, blocked by the Phantoms again. Good back checking by Downey, and that'll be the end of the second period. Oh, We've got some scruffles. So that Phantoms player went right through our players, and I'm sure some not so nice words were being said in a little scuffle. But good job by the goalies to shake it off. Good fist bump at center ice. So we have 15 minutes up on the clock for the third period. The Mustangs are ahead 5-0. Per the scoreboard, the Mustangs have 33 shots on goal and the Phantoms 10 shots on goal. And it was just confirmed that Sakrisky was in the box for 10-2, and the other penalties were offsetting. So we're trying to figure out what time the other players can come out of the box for that offsetting penalty. So I'm going to mute you here for a minute. Okay, getting ready to start the third period. We have Wenger, Eastman, Eichfeld, Crum, and Davis, and Cole's on the right net. Giesman getting that puck down. The Phantoms come up with it, bring it in front of their net. They lose control of it. Giesman trying to get to that. Good pick up there, but the Phantoms do come away with it. Good back checking by Wenger. Davis trying to get to that puck. The Phantoms send it behind the net. Giesman will pick this up. Oh, he gets hit hard into the boards. The Phantoms over to the opposite wall. Shot. Good save by Cole. Davis trying to get that up. Another shot. Ooh, right off the face of the mask of Cole. Good save there. I'm sure his ears are ringing right now. Eichfeld trying to get to that puck. The Phantoms have it in the center. Shot just wide of the net. Kaufman sends it down to Brooks. Brooks back up to Kaufman. Kaufman cross ice pass. Wilson in pursuit of this puck. Phantoms passing it around, get it out into the neutral zone. Bilodeau breaks up that play. Bilodeau keeps it along that board. Bilodeau still fighting for that puck. Cross ice pass. Phantoms into the neutral zone. Phantoms have some speed. Knob, good job there breaking up that play. Knob gets hit hard into the boards. Bilodeau fighting to get to this puck. Cross ice pass by the Phantoms. Another cross ice pass into the neutral zone. I believe there's going to be a penalty. So Lugar and the Phantoms player are out of the box for that previous penalty. But it looks like Knob is going into the box. So I'm just trying to figure out. I didn't see what That penalty was for. I think there was a little scuffle after the play. Cobb did get hit in the boards. Looks like he's going to go. Not is going to the box for 2 minutes. 13:35 left in the third period. Mustangs are up 5-0. Sorry, my brain's getting a little bit tired. I do apologize. Trying to keep up with all this stuff. We had very few penalties in the first game. A lot more penalties here in the second one, which usually the second game is a little bit more heated after you play the first game, especially when it's such a close game. The first game. So it looks like we have Downey, Waite, Stoddart, and Zuro out for our penalty kill line. So the refs are just still talking to the bench. Okay, so we're going to have the face-off to the left of Cole. So Downey will take this face-off, leaks out into the neutral zone. The Phantoms will send it up along the near boards. They will regroup, dump it back for their D, bring it through the neutral zone. Deflected by Waite. Stoddart trying to get to this puck. Downey tries to pick that up, stick lift by the Phantoms. The Phantoms bring behind the net. Phantoms bring up to the point. Back to the top of the red circle. Back up to the point. Over to the near boards. Down to the red line. Back up to the point. Over to the top of the far circle. Shot wide of the net. Phantoms regroup at the top of the near circle. Circle around again. Try to get a shot off, blocked by the Mustangs. Waite dumps it down. No icing because we're on a penalty kill. The Phantoms goalie sends it up to their player. Good job by Giesman to pick up that puck and shoot it down. Downey with good pressure along that puck. Zuro will pick this up, sends it down, and it'll be on net. The goalie has to play it. The Phantoms will regroup. We have 32 seconds left on our penalty kill. So good job by Kaufman picking up that puck. Oh, but unfortunately they're going to get Giesman for being offsides. So offsides on the Mustangs. 11:55 left in the third period. 20 seconds left on our penalty kill. We'll have Giesman, Kaufman, Crum, and Davis on our penalty kill line on a face-off just outside our offensive zone. So Giesman with the face-off. Crum dumps it down. The Phantoms glove it and send it to the neutral zone. Phantoms with some speed. Phantoms with a shot. Nice save by Cole. Davis picks this up. Davis off of the boards. No icing because we're on a penalty kill. The Phantoms pick it up behind their net. We're out of the box, so we're back to full strength. It bounces off of Eichfeld's stick or skate and stays in the zone. The Phantoms do get out into the neutral zone. The Phantoms bring it in. Davis with a good poke check to break up that play. Eichfeld picks up the puck. Eichfeld with some speed bounces it off the far boards. Eichfeld behind the net to go to pick up this puck. Centers it towards Kaufman. Kaufman tries to get a shot off, saved by the goalie. Kaufman and Eichfeld fighting for this puck. Puck leaks behind the net. Wanger tries to get it out in front, bounces off the side. Phantoms cross ice pass, keep it in the zone. Lugar coming in. Good job by Lugar to break up that play. Phantoms get it into the neutral zone. Downey putting pressure, shot by the Phantoms behind the net. Picked up by, I believe that was Kaufman, over to Downey. Downey tips it in. Wanger in pursuit of the puck. Bounces high off of the glass. Stoddard is there to send it up and into the zone. Stoddard brings it around. Picked off by the Phantoms. Good job by Wanger to break up that play. Phantoms behind the net. Cross ice pass to the neutral zone. Broken up by Zanoble. Zanoble brings it into our offensive zone. Zanoble centers it. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a piece of it. Shot by Stoddard, deflected by the Phantoms behind the net. Zanoble tries to get a shot off. The Phantoms bring it into neutral zone. Hard pass broken up by Zero. Zero with a check to break up that play. Stoddard tries to get it back, broken up by the Phantoms. Zanoble will pick this up, sends it over to Waite. Waite brings it in. Waite got sandwiched there along the boards, but still sticking with it. I believe they're going to get the Phantoms for holding. So good job by Waite for pushing through when he got sandwiched against the boards. The Phantoms are going to go to the box for 2 minutes for holding. So 9:21 left in the third period. We're going to go on a 2-minute power play. Mustangs are still winning 5-0. We'll have Eichfeld, Wanger, Zanoble, Crum, and Davis. Goes back to Crum. Crum over to Zanoble. Zanoble circling behind the net. Zanoble centers it towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld back to Zanoble. Zanoble over towards Davis. Davis dumps it down to Wanger. Wanger back to Zanoble. Picked off by the Phantoms, who dump it down. They're on a penalty kill, so no icing. Cole will play this. Sends it behind the net. Picked up by Davis. Davis dumps it for Crum. Crum behind the net. The Phantoms come in. Crum over to Zanoble into the neutral zone. Zanoble brings it into the offensive zone. Zanoble dumps it behind the net. Eichfeld in pursuit of the puck. Wanger coming in assistance. Leaks up towards Crum. Crum back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld over towards Zanoble. Oh, good try there. So Zanoble will pick up that puck. Zanoble with a shot blocked. Zero tries to get the shot off, blocked. Waite will go back to collect. Waite over to Stoddard. Stoddard over to, I believe that's Zero. Zero into the offensive zone before he gets hit into the boards. Phantoms change directions. Hoffman comes in. Hoffman to Downey. Downey with a shot. Oh, just off of the post. Hoffman back to Downey. Downey surveying. Centers it. Oh, unfortunately, we didn't have her there. Good centering pass. We didn't have anybody there. So the Phantoms are back to full strength. So no icing, but it stopped before there any, or so there would be icing, but it stopped there. Stoddard sends it up to Waite to Downey. Downey back to Waite with a shot wide of the net. Brooks comes in, tries to keep it in, but the Phantoms do get it out. We have a 3-on-1. Stoddard back on D. Nice save by Cole. Good job there on that breakaway. Good save by Cole. Waite comes in, and we're going to be offsides. So it looks like Sakrisky is out of the box now. 6:50 left in the third period. The Mustangs are still ahead 5-0. Giesman, Wanger, Eichfeld, Brooks, and Knob. Wanger with the face-off. Phantoms come away with it. D-to-D pass up into the neutral zone. Deflected down. Brooks will pick this up along the near boards, bounces it off and high. Wanger gets it out into the neutral zone. Phantoms pick this up. Good job by Giesman to break up that play. Wanger picks up this puck. Wanger with a shot. Oh, just over the net. Knob keeps that puck in. Still fighting for that puck. Wanger dumps it down behind the net. Eichfeld will go to the near corner to pick this up. The Phantoms send it up along the near boards. Brooks trying to keep it in, but it leaks out. Foot pursuit with Knob and the Phantoms player. Oh, Phantoms can't get that shot off. Eichfeld picks up the puck. Eichfeld up towards Sakrisky. Phantoms pick off that pass. Eichfeld still trying to get to this puck. Eichfeld sends it up, gets towards the bench. Sorry, I lost the puck there for a minute. Gets over towards Knob. Knob dumps it down after he gains the red line. Sakrisky in to try to break up that play. So the Phantoms bring it through the neutral zone. Poke check there by Crum. Gets back towards Davis. Davis up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau gets it out into the neutral zone. Sakrisky comes up with that puck, gets it through the legs of the Phantoms player. Bilodeau trying to get to that puck, but the Phantoms do get it into the neutral zone. Crum over to Davis. Davis dumps it on net, just wide. Hoffman trying to get to this puck. Wraps around behind the net. Up at the point. Davis still fighting for that puck. Hoffman and assistance. Davis will pick this up, sends it over to Crum. Crum back to Davis. Davis up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau tips it in. Oh, but they're saying no tip, so icing. So 4:40 left in the third period. Mustangs are still ahead 5-0 for the scoreboard. Mustangs have 36 shots on goal, and Phantoms have 14. We're going to have face off to the right of Cole. Zanoble with the face off. We have Lugar, Wilson, Stoddard, and Zero. The Phantoms come up with it, broken up by Zanoble, still bouncing around. Stoddard will pick this up. Stoddard dumps it over towards Wilson. The Phantoms will regroup. Wilson still putting pressure along the puck. Good job by Wilson to break up that play. Lugar comes in. Zero keeps that in at the blue line. Zero with a shot wide of the net. The Phantoms, ooh, hi! That went right through the rafters and did not touch anything. So high bouncing puck through the rafters, did not touch the rafters, but it'll still be icing. So we'll face off to the right of the goalie. Looks like we're going to have Knob and Brooks back on defense. Eichfeld, Giesman, and Wanger on offense. So Wanger with the face-off. Eichfeld with a shot, saved by the goalie. So Wanger with the face-off goes towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld and Wanger fighting for that puck along the boards. So we have a whistle. Looks like we're going to get an interference call against. I'm trying to figure out who that's against. Looks like it's against the Phantoms. Okay, so the Phantoms are going to go to the box for 2 minutes for interference. So we'll be on a power play again. We have 3:47 left in the third period. So Waite, Downey, Kaufman, Zuro, and Stoddard out for the Mustangs. And the face off to the right of the goalie. So Waite trying to break up that play. Zuro with a shot just wide of the net. Downey will pick this up. Pressure by the Phantoms. Downey changes directions. Downey surveying, gets it to Kaufman. Kaufman back to Downey. Downey with a shot saved by the goalie. Kaufman gloves it down, tries to do a wraparound, gets broken up. Downey, or no, that was Waite with a shot saved by the goalie. And no icing because they are on a penalty kill. Cole will leave it for Zuro. Zuro brings up this puck, passes it over to Downey. Downey through the neutral zone. Downey around that player. Downey, tries to pass it over to Kaufman, just a little bit in front. Waite back to Zuro at the point. Zuro with a shot. Waite tries to get the rebound and in! So great job. So Zuro with the shot from the point. Waite gets in there and gets the rebound for the goal. So goal by Waite to get the Mustangs up on the board again. So that'll put the Mustangs up 6-0. So that'll get the Phantoms player out of the box. So we'll be back to full strength hockey. 2:53 left in the third period. So Downey with the face-off, Waite and Zanoble, along with Zuro and Stoddard. Stoddard will go back to get this puck. Stoddard in the far corner gets it up to Zanoble. Stoddard brings it into the neutral zone, up to Waite. Waite skating to get to that puck in the far corner. Good job by Zanoble to pick off that puck. Gets it to Downey in the middle. Shot. Oh, that was a good play, good pass, good save by the goalie. Zanoble towards the middle, picked off by the Phantoms. Over to Stoddard. Stoddard up towards Zanoble. Zanoble brings it in, passes it over. Unfortunately, the Phantoms are there. Cross ice pass. Stoddard in pursuit of this puck. Stoddard and the Phantoms player fighting to get to that puck. Phantoms come away with it. Shot. High bouncing puck off of Cole's blocker and out of play. Oh no, it was for slashing. Sorry. Apparently it was a penalty, not out of play, or maybe it was out of play and a penalty. So the Phantoms are going to go to the box again for slashing. So we'll be on a power play for another 2 minutes. 1:57 left in the third period. The Mustangs are ahead 6-0. So a face off to the right of the goalie. Wanger, Zanoble, Sakrisky, Crum, and Davis. So Wanger back to Crum. Crum tries to get a shot off, deflected by the Phantoms. The goalie saves it, sheds it to the corner. Puck up to Davis. Davis down towards Zanoble, who dumps it behind the net. Sakrisky trying to get to that puck. Up to Crum. Crum down to Sakrisky. Gets to Wanger. Wanger back up to Crum. Crum over to Davis. Davis down to Zanoble. Zanoble over to Crum. Oh, Crum tried to get that shot off, but stuck on the ice. Leaks down, no icing, so Cole will leave it for Davis. We have 1:14 left. Davis leaves it for Zanoble. Zanoble into the neutral zone. Zanoble into the offensive zone. Zanoble gets hit, but sticks with the puck. The puck leaks up to Davis. Davis over to Crum, a little bit too bouncy of a puck. Crum with a shot saved by the goalie. So we have 53 seconds left on our power play, 50 seconds left in the third period. So we have Mugar, Giesman, nice shot by Stoddard there, saved by the goalie. Lugar still fighting to get this puck, gets it back to Giesman. Giesman with a shot saved by the goalie. Wilson tries to get a rebound in, blocked by the Phantoms. Stoddard keeps it in. Stoddard still fighting for the puck. The Phantoms get it out into the neutral zone, so the Mustangs will have to regroup. Stoddard waits for us to get back on sides. Dumped down by Lugar. The goalie does not have a stick. Zero from the point with a shot deflected. Still fighting to get to this puck. The puck leaks out. Zero over to Stoddard. Stoddard with a shot and wide of the net. So great job by the Mustangs. Good shutout by Cole. So the Mustangs win 6-0. For the scoreboard, 45 shots on goal for the Mustangs and 15 for the Phantoms. So first game for Tristan Cole, a shutout. So great job for the Mustangs. So we came away with a 2-2 tie this morning and then came out strong with a 6-0 win this afternoon. Thank you everybody for tuning in and joining us. Again, we'll be in Philly for a tournament next weekend starting Friday morning. I'll be streaming on Facebook and at Brickwall Broadcast on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you then. And if there's any other games going on this weekend, good luck to all the other teams. And hope you have a good rest of your weekend.